Now, the UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, has warned of a spike in the recruitment of child soldiers to fight in South Sudan's civil war. UNICEF's Deputy Executive Director, Justin Forsyth, says there is an ongoing mobilization program in some remote areas of the country aimed at getting people into armed groups as fears spread of an escalation in violence. Now, the UN body believes that around 16,000 children have been recruited into armed groups since December 2013. Fighting between rival militias has recently flared up again as groups loyal to President Salva Kiir clash with supporters of former Vice President Riek Machar and the SPLA in opposition party.
Since the beginning of this year, you will find the details in the press release. More than 650 children have been recruited into armed groups in South Sudan. We are very concerned that renewed violence in Juba and other parts of the country will escalate further recruitment. We fear that a further spike in child recruitment could be imminent.
Right, well, CCTV's Patrick Oyet is following events for us in South Sudan. He joins us now live on the line from Juba. Patrick, UNICEF's report suggests that both government and opposition fighters are recruiting child soldiers. Have we had any reaction from either side with regards to these claims?
Yes, there has been reaction. I've just spoken to the government military spokesperson. He has denied the claim. He said that the government is not recruiting child soldiers, and he says that, of course, this report is not specific. He said that he wanted actually UNICEF to release a specific report saying which part of South Sudan this recruitment is taking place so that they would take up with the field commander in that area. So also we have had a comment from the opposition, that is the faction which is in Juba here, led by the current first Vice President, General Tabande Ngai. They have also said they are not recruiting any child soldiers. They are actually not recruiting any soldiers. They are saying that they even want to reunify actually the army. They are not into recruitment. But you know, if you look at the setting of South Sudan, then it is very easy for children to actually join the armed forces because the economic life of the children of South Sudan, you find in the villages where children as young as 10 years, 12 years carry guns because they look after cattle. And they behave more or less like soldiers because these children are staying in groups. They are all armed. They go to look after their cattle, and sometimes they even raid other villages to collect some cattle. Sometimes they themselves are also attacked by other people from other villages. So it is very easy for these kind of children to be lured into joining armed forces.
Well, I mean, as you say, both sides denying any role at all in the recruitment of child soldiers. But this UNICEF report also pointing to the fact that there may be an escalation of violence in coming days. Patrick, do you sense any concern or fears among citizens there of a potential return to violence in the near future?
There is no much sense, especially here in Juba, that there is going to be an imminent attack on Juba or any return to violence. But I must say that even in the past, when these attacks have been happening, there have been no signs that such attacks would happen. So it is very difficult to tell whether there is an imminent attack or there is nothing really going on. But one thing I should say is that ever since Riek Machar left Juba, that is the former first vice president, when he left Juba, people have been kind of scared and worried because people do not know, will he come back? Will his forces come back? If they will come back, what kind of weapons will they carry? Will they come and cause another fight and loss of life? So there is that concern. But a concern that maybe because of recruitment there will be another violence is really not there. And it's very difficult really to tell here whether something is going to happen in terms of fighting or not.
Patrick Oyet, thank you very much for that update there on the line for us from Juba.